It's the last week of June, and I thought I would give you a quick update in the greenhouse. I'm quite happy with the results of having planted out here in May. We have quite the head start, and I mean, just having to cover and not having to heat, I think it's been great. Our Napoli paste tomatoes already have set quite a bit of fruit, and our Baylor paste seemed to be a little bit behind. Well, to be fair, there is some fruit here. As you can see, it's a little smaller. That one's quite a bit smaller, but fruit nonetheless. The cucumber beetles are still going strong. I was out here earlier today killing a whole bunch, and there's still a bunch more. But in spite of that, I'm happy to say God has been answering my prayers, and they are still alive. So we are already starting to get some cukes on some of them. Let me see if I can find. So this is our national pickling, and we actually have quite a big one in there. So we're gonna have to start harvesting these guys. Some more over here. And again, these are the Napoli paste tomatoes, so they're doing great. Lots of fruit set. Over here again, they're just doing fantastic. There's just lots of fruit on them. So we did a bit of stringing up, as you can see, but there's still a bit more that needs to be done. Some of the larger tomatoes, the slicers, are starting to get some fruit on them. Buzz got a little bit on. German Johnson. But this guy's got a long ways to go because they are large tomatoes. What else? Our Manna Orange is definitely got a good start. They are definitely doing well and have set fruit. Eva Purple Ball has just the start of some little fruits here. This is some more Baylor paste. So you can see that the Baylor paste is a little bit behind the Napoli, but who knows, maybe it'll end up doing better in the long run. We'll have to wait and see. So these were our Galahad, and they are starting to get some. They're supposed to be a 55-day. And since they're determinate, we pruned a little bit, but we haven't pruned a lot. I'm going to have to prune the pathway because this thing is just taking over. Let's see, the biggest ones we have are probably over here. So it's supposed to be 55 days. We will see how they do. We lost one of our Chicago pickling cucumbers to, I don't know if the stem just broke or if it was the cucumber beetles, but I came in one day and it was just all wilted and broken looking. So we replaced it with some basil, some Thai basil. Today I ran around and just threw Thai basil and piccolini basil. I just threw them in between some of the tomato plants and pepper plants. But what I gotta show you is the zucchinis. They are going crazy. There is some beautiful zucchinis in there. There is more at the back. That one is huge. I can't even, like, comparison. It's, I don't know how to show you how large it is. It's just large. Just trust me on this one. So we have that one, two over there, actually. And then we have another large one over here. And we got our dill coming up everywhere. Let's see. I have those two. Oh, another one over here. And then these ones are starting. There's, you know, what you would normally eat. That one over there is starting to get to that size. So I am going to need to pick some zucchinis. And these guys, they went in a little bit later, so they're a little bit behind, but they got a good start there. And as you can see, that's what I was talking about with throwing in the herbs in between the peppers. I threw in some lemongrass in here. And this is a wild thyme, which is gone wild. So then I threw in the back a German winter thyme. Sorry, right there. We've got our oregano. And everything's just kind of going crazy in this bed right now. So this one's so full I don't really want to put anything more in it. Which is why I threw the basils and everything. So I threw some parsley in. Some basil right here. The piccolini basil. And those are mostly bell peppers, but we do have some peppers that are coming along pretty good. The Ace Hybrid peppers, which I knew were going to be early. A friend of mine, Lori, said that they would be nice and early and that they worked for her. So they have a nice head start. But our banana peppers are doing great. Look at that. Loving it, loving it. So I'm really happy overall. Things are really going well. I'm surprised that the beans haven't really flowered yet. They are like reaching for the ceiling. And yet, no flowers yet. So we will see how long it takes them to start bearing. The Isabella definitely seems more vigorous. It's going way up. The Blue Lake is catching up. Our Cayenne Peppers are getting quite large. They gotta be like at least 2 feet tall. And starting to bush out. So far our cherry tomatoes are just flowering. Now that I said that. Well, these technically aren't a cherry, but our Principe Borghese have some tomatoes. So it looks like we'll be getting some drying tomatoes. But the rest of them, I mean, really they weren't transplanted at the same time as the rest. And they are just in pots, so I think they're doing pretty fantastic. I'm going to have to tomato cage them because they are going wild. My next thing I have to do is pull this garlic, and I'm going to plant the leftover herbs I have in this bed. And maybe some rhubarb as well, we'll see. I just had to show you the peach tree before we leave. I figured we were not getting any peaches this year because the flowers looked so funny for some reason that I didn't think that I should even bother pollinating them. So I don't think I pollinated that many, if I did any. And we have all kinds of peaches started. So that is really nice. I'm excited about that. So we are going to have to come through and thin them because what I realized last year was if you leave too many, you don't get as many big ones. So, I mean, I knew that, but I have a hard time thinning things. So I'm going to get one of my boys to come through and do it because they are ruthless and they do a good job. Well, that's it for the tour today. Look at those zucchinis, I tell ya. So overall, I'm really happy with the way things are going in the greenhouse. Until next time, hope you guys have a blessed day.